This video is made possible by the following sponsors. Make sure to check out their products as well as the rest of my gear in the description below.
Hey guys, incredibly hungover Jimmy here, and welcome back to Assetto Corsa for another video. So another Formula 1 weekend has passed us by, and another incredibly boring race took place. But that's not what I'm focusing on today. I'm focusing on qualifying. And in qualifying, the outright track record was broken. And it was Sebastian Vettel who took pole position, therefore broke that record this weekend with a 1:10.764. An absolutely ludicrous time. Now, I've always enjoyed driving at Montreal, so I'm hoping that I can do fairly well here. Of course, in the last couple of episodes, I've been quite a way off getting the pole position or getting anywhere near it. So I'm hoping at least this time I can be within the same second. That would be a vast improvement for me. You might also notice that I have a different steering wheel on my rig today, another rim provided to me by one of my sponsors, Asher Racing. And yeah, essentially the reason why I'm using it is because it has an open top, and it sort of reminds me a bit of the old F1 steering wheels with the open top, of course. They don't really have that anymore, but I figured a bit more immersion for me, maybe a bit more immersion for you, but yeah, nice change of pace regardless. But anyway, let's go see how close I can get to Vettel's pole lap here at Montreal. Right, okay, so here we are on board in Red 5, Sebastian Vettel's Ferrari. Just a quick note on setup. I'm running sort of medium downforce settings right now, not too much, not too little. Of course, you have a very big back straight here where it's important to have lots of top speed, but I do have DRS to help me out with that. And also we have some very fast chicanes mid-circuit as well, which need a bit of downforce to get through quickly. Up to speed, and then braking down the pit lane, go nice and wide here to come out the pit lane proper, but doesn't really matter in this, of course, but I'm a stickler for the rules. Our first fast chicane, this is very hard to hit in the F1 2017 game because of the quite vicious anti-cut through there. Not so much in this. Flat round here. This is where Hartley and Stroll had their crash during the race. Now that one's on Stroll, if you ask me. Won't get into that too much because that's the sort of thing that causes a big argument in the comments. But yeah, I say that's on Stroll. Down to a second chicane. This is my least favourite part of the course, is how high the curbs are here a lot of the time. And again, you have to really take it to the wall on the outside there. And getting it wrong, you're in the wall. Race over. Again, where Kubica had his big crash. I'm saying his name properly this time, so thank you, lads, for correcting me there. First go out of chicane, need it with this car. And then down the back straight. Now I do have DRS available to me at all times, but I'm going to try and use it when I use it in real life. So there, and of course coming through the start-finish straight as well. So braking down for the last chicane. Getting nice and close to the wall of champions. I can say that now, I'm a Division 3 champion in iRacing, so finally I'm a champion. And down the T1 for the first time on our first flying lap, bringing over onto the curb, bit of throttle in between. Now, people have said before that I use too lower gears sometimes. This car needs that. Doesn't quite have the torque of the real life cars, this mod, so I have to use lower gears to make sure I get the power out of the corner through the fast chicane. Not using any ERS, it's automatic at the moment. Again, just to get a feel for the circuit. This is more of a side to lap than anything. Oh, understeer there. Turning earlier, that's a note I put in my head. Again, I am running the hyper soft tyres. The graphic just shows the soft tyres, but I can assure you I am on the hyper soft compound, as they were in real life. Again, out to the wall. Oh, a bit of a slide there. That's where having a little bit lower downforce comes in. It's a bit more difficult getting out of that corner. Brake at 100. I'm going to use first gear. Well, I'll be very careful coming out in first because the car's going to want to do that. Big hit of the curves. I'm going to get to this little line here, DRS open. Again, I'm just sort of doing DRS from where I think it is because it's not set up properly on this track, unfortunately. Have you on the brakes, you can really attack these curbs, but I got told off for doing that in my last video. And it's not realistic. Coming across the line, and our first lap is a 1:14.525. So we're about 3 and a bit seconds, or just under, nearly 4 seconds off actually at this point. So 3.8 seconds, sorry, I've got my maths is bad. So I think that's definitely something to build on. Unlike Monaco, I have some sort of setup ideas in mind, etc. We have a bit more flexibility around here. So going to go back to the drawing board and also make sure I've got my ERS on proper, so I get a proper flying lap around here. Then we'll come back and see if we can take some chunks out of that time. Right, okay, second attempt, DRS open. A more aggressive ERS setting this time, so let's see how we can improve. Down to T1. A lot later on the brakes, use a bit of that curb on the inside. Come on, second gear, give me something. There's no boost there. You have to really be on the throttle early, and that feels a bit scary in this car. Be more aggressive through here. Drive it at the wall, nice. Don't fight the car too much through there, let it just sort of go a bit wider. Bit better through there this time. I wish I had more torque in this car. The thing that this car lacks as a mod is torque. Already looking good in our lap time so far, already half a second up. More aggressive through here, please. Accelerate, go, go. Take the early fifth gear. Yeah, gain a couple of attempts through there. Nice. I'm just looking at my relative, just to seeing where I'm faster and where I'm slower. Be more aggressive here at the hairpin. Just roll it in on the throttle nice and early. That's nice. Good improvement out of there. So I'm going to just hit the old boost now all the way up the straight. DRS open. Watch that relative just crumble. DRS open. Not quite near enough to the time, but it's going to be a good improvement. A 13.1. So that's a good chunk of time out of that. That puts us 2.4 seconds off, I think, if my maths is correct. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go, and I think I'm going to bolt on some more wing. I feel like right now, in a straight line, we're fine, but I'm struggling to attack through this section through here, and I really want that in this car. So we're going to try more wing, see if that gives us a better result. But yeah, we're making good progress right now. Okay, so running about 15% more wing this time. Let's see how this goes. Now we're going to suffer a bit on the straight lines, of course, as you'd imagine. Hopefully we can bring it back in the corners and in braking. T1. Going to use first this time, just to keep me on the power quicker. Actually, we suffered through there, so second gear is better. That was scary. Really having to throw it in some of these corners. I overshot that, so I'm going to suffer through the exit now. Sideways on the exit, still up though. That was scary, don't be doing that too much. You can tell I'm trying a bit harder now. The wing is allowing me to push a bit harder, but still very scary. Got better braking because of the downforce as well. Oh, a little bit wide here at the hairpin. Back on the throttle, please. Gained so much time in the braking there. I've got the ERS button just planted at the moment. DRS open is going to help negate the difference in downforce. We're still losing a bit of time in the straight line, as you'd expect. Bumpy! Oh, just a tap of the water champions. We're still up though. It's a 112.284, so we're coming down. The time is coming down. It's about 1.5 seconds now off the pace. So yeah, I was a bit aggressive there. I think I might have been a bit lenient with the track limits for the second chicane, and also I hit the wall on the exit the Water Champions. This goes to show really that like there is very little room there. I was a bit too aggressive with the last curves and the car bounced to the right. Not much I can do about it, but hitting that wall there, I lost about half a second probably on a good exit, or maybe like a bit less than that, but still. So we're getting closer. I think that having more wing is the way to go, so I'm actually going to try even more wing now and see if that serves us well. So more wing being used. Let's see if that helps. Wow, okay, so 11.9 now. I lost so much time for the last chicane because I wasn't pushing as hard as I did before. I didn't sort of clip the chicane there, and yeah, that's interesting. Because I was a bit more focused on not hitting the wall, I was a bit more cautious through there, and then threw away 2/10 of a second, even with the higher downforce. So 11.9, so we're now 1.2 seconds off the pace. I've got a feeling this is going to be another loss for me here. Things I've seen people go round here I think there was a guy online to the 10.8, so it's definitely possible. Just need to find out what he did. So what I might do quickly is have a very quick experimentation with wing, then come back for our last flying lap and see if we can get any more out of it. Ah, 11.305. I don't think I quite have enough for 6 more temps in the tank there, but that's a lot better than we have done. So yeah, 6 temps, or just under 6 temps I should say, off old Seb Vettel in real life. That would have put us, I think, 5th or 6th on the grid. I'll put that up on screen now because I haven't got the times available to me at the moment. But there you go, guys. Can I beat the pole time at Montreal? The answer is no, I can't. I think maybe if I had a bit more time for setup, you know, I try and do these videos. I try not to put too much time in these videos because I think ultimately you can pretty much get any lap time you want around the circuit if you put in the time, but that time can be hours. And of course, any time you want within reason, of course. You know, you can't just go around here in 10 seconds. Actually, you might be able to find a cut through, who knows. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, remember to hit the old like button, maybe subscribe as well. The reception to these videos is pretty astounding, to be honest. You guys seem to really love them. I love doing them because it means I get to really try and push my own ability to the limit. And I'm not the fastest guy out there, but to be able to try and push myself that far is always nice. It's just a sort of journey of skill, self-discovery. That seems a bit dramatic to say it that way, but still. But yes, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hit the bell notification icon, of course, to make sure you don't miss any more of these videos or streams. Take care, have an awesome day, and I'll see you all next time.